Wow, it's almost like it was coordinated. Welcome to day 5 of the illegal occupation of the White House by a bought and paid for treasonous tyrant working as an agent for foreign interests, including the CCP. That's the real news. Well, I have good news today and I have bad news today. I am going to start with the bad news. But before I get into all of this, I have to thank Gerald A. Gerald A., thank you so much for your PayPal donation. I can't say thank you enough. Let's get this party started. Starting off with this tweet from Charlie Kirk. In less than 72 hours, Joe Biden has killed 70,000 plus jobs, eliminated women's sports, invaded Syria, left the National Guard to freeze in a garage, admitted he does not have a plan to fight COVID, broke his own mask mandate executive order, and ended U.S. energy independence. Do you miss Trump yet? Little blurb here from Upstate News. Hunter Biden got $3.5 million from the wife of Moscow ex-mayor. What did you expect? Then it links to this article here, Putin's puppet. Joe Biden's executive order blocking Keystone Pipeline forces U.S. imports from Russia and Venezuela. Have another tweet here from Jim Jordan. New Biden immigration order. Release them all. 14,195 detainees in custody. 71% are convicted criminals or have pending criminal charges. And this is just the beginning. So it links here to this Breitbart article, which I think is worth reading to give some more clarity to his statement there. ICE agents ordered to free all illegal aliens in custody, release them all. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement agents tasked with enforcing federal immigration law are being instructed to free all detainees in their custody as Joe Biden's administration halts deportations. An internal January 21st ICE memo, independently reviewed by Breitbart News and first reported by Fox News' Tucker Carlson, orders agents to stop all removals, including land and air deportations. In addition, the memo tells agents that all cases of detainees in ICE custody are now to be considered no significant likelihood of removal in foreseeable future, suggesting all detainees will need to be released. Release them all immediately, the ICE official wrote to staff in the memo. Typically, if detainees do not have sponsors in the United States, agents can hold an individual in their custody. The memo, though, states that it is no longer the case and that detainees without sponsors must be released. It is unclear if ICE is currently carrying out the mass release of all 14,195 detainees in its custody, 71.45% of whom are convicted criminals or have pending criminal charges. These detainees are currently held at approximately 138 facilities across the United States. ICE has halted all deportations regardless of criminal convictions of illegal alien as a result of Biden's executive order stopping removals for at least 100 days. The initiative is a long-term goal of the Open Borders Lobby, which has sought a permanent end to deportations. ICE officials have not responded for a request for comment in time for this publication. Tweet here from Representative Kevin Brady. Update, killing more Texas jobs. 2 days, 2 attacks on Texas energy jobs. After killing hashtag Keystone XL pipeline, Biden suspends new oil gas lease on federal lands / water. If permanent, 120,000 Texas jobs lost, 120,000 more jobless. Psst, aren't you supposed to create jobs? Well, no, not if you are operating as an agent of foreign interests and countries. No, not if you've been bought and paid for, not if your son flew out of China with a deal for $1.5 billion, Not if he's taking millions of dollars from the Russians and millions of dollars from really anyone from any place. People don't give millions or in excess of $1 billion to a crackhead for no reason. We all know what this money was for. We all know what they were buying, or better yet, who they were buying. Yep, now it is time for us to witness the crime here being completed. We go with the accepting of the money, to the cheating, to being sworn in. And now here we get to see the final phase, which is these countries and these big donors getting what they paid for. Moving on to this tweet by Benny Johnson, he is pointing out just a completely disgraceful story here. Military source in DC. For the last week, my battalion has been sleeping on the floor in the Senate cafeteria. Today, the Senate kicked us out and moved us to a cold parking garage. 5,000 soldiers, one power outlet, one bathroom. This is how Joe Biden's America treats soldiers. And here are the photos. Just like I mean, what can you even say? What can you even say? People did not vote for this. The American public did not vote for this. Madison Cawthorn stopped by and he gave these guys some pizzas. He also says that no soldier will ever sleep on a garage floor in the U.S. Capitol while I work in Congress. Our troops deserve better. And he brought them pizza and told them that they could sleep in his office. Nothing like that could have ever happened underneath President Trump, because you know how strong he is with the troops and how much he loves the troops and how they love him back. And that's why President Trump offered his DC hotel to National Guard troops who were kicked out of the Capitol building. That is what a real leader does. That is what the real president of the United States does. From the Post Millennial, watch Trump allows police to rest at Trump Hotel while Democrats force National Guard to sleep in parking garages. A little bit of what it looks like inside the Trump Hotel. This is how you know that President Trump loves America and he loves Americans. And all of a sudden, hey, COVID's over. Time to open everything back up again. Surprise, Gretchen Whitmer reopens Michigan restaurants now that Biden has been sworn in. And not to be outdone, the Washington, D.C. mayor lifting indoor dining ban 2 days after Biden inauguration. Wow, it's almost like it was coordinated. Here we go. Back to the Gateway Pundit. Biden warns economic crisis deepening after killing tens of thousands of jobs his first day in office. This man is not working for America or America's interests. It is beyond obvious, and he's digging his own grave. And the good news is that people are waking up. They are figuring out that they have an imposter in the White House. The Gateway Pundit, insulting labor unions that endorsed Biden, now lashing out at him. Several unions that eagerly endorsed Biden during the 2020 election are now learning the hard way what it means to support Democrat policies. Yep, these folks are mad about the Keystone Pipeline because they are getting rid of union jobs. The people I know that are in these types of unions, they voted for President Trump because they knew that this was exactly what Biden would do in his deep state flunkies. But it's good to see people waking up here. Remorse. Indian tribe lashes out at Biden administration for restricting federal energy development. Direct attack on our economy and sovereignty. And yes, even just regular folks in text messages, Biden voters already regret their vote. So it is really, really good to see that the public is starting to wake up. I've also just noticed from looking at Facebook and just different things on social media, we actually need this time for a bit. We need President Trump to step back for a while until the military takes over, because people need time to recover from their Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm already starting to see signs of it just on various social media platforms and such, where the like the level of just insanity for these people, it's coming down, and they are actually, as they're calming down, they're actually able to look at things and see that messed up things are going on, and they can't scream orange man bad anymore. And they're like, wait, what's going on? Like, this is not good. This is crazy. In my video titled Life After Inauguration Day, I pointed out what I believe is actually going on, because it just doesn't make any sense that President Trump would set up all these things like Executive Order 13848, which is designed to swiftly deal with any sort of foreign election interference, like the National Security Memorandum 57 that cut the legs out from under the CIA. There have been just so many things that he has done and has set up. There are things that are just in place like a trap for the deep state actors, and he didn't trigger it. And I theorized in that video that the reason was because it's not because nothing is happening. It's because if President Trump was the one who were to start arresting people, everyone would just cry, oh, it's political, it's political, it's political. And then we would still be on a possible path to a civil war. And ultimately, that is not what he wants. I remember seeing a picture of President Trump. It was a staged photo of him looking at a photo of Lincoln. And I was just wondering why? Why was that? And I do believe it's because, like Trump, Lincoln and Trump, they are both freeing the slaves, the people who have been mentally enslaved by the fake news. And not only did Lincoln free the slaves, but also he saved the Union. He kept the Union together. Having President Trump step back for a while and allowing the Union to be saved and preserved. I mean, what more could you ask for? If you have the military come in, and this is something else that I missed when I talked about this when I talked about having the military take over, I used the words in the Declaration of Independence to say that that's where the military would derive their authority to do such a thing. And while it was in spirit, there's actually something that's even better, which is the law of belligerent occupation. It's military law. I think it's 11.3. And I shall have to, in the future, do a video going into more detail on that. But it's a much stronger example of how the military could be under control right now, or they could be waiting for a certain amount of time before they come in and remove Biden. Of course, that can't happen right away. I'm not sure how long we're going to be in this phase 4, but that's why my American flag is upside down. But, hey, we still have options. As long as we have options and President Trump isn't saying, hey, guys, it's over, and he's still saying the best is yet to come, then I'll tell you what, if the man of promises made, promises kept says the best is yet to come, then the best is yet to come. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and please share it. You can help us continue to fight in the war against disinformation by donating at paypal.me/right-left-of-center. I'm River Wright from Right Left of Center, and if you're watching, you're probably right too.